Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so happy you are here. I went to make a different video than the one you're about to see. And I went on over to beta because I had been working in live. And I noticed a lot of changes again. And I thought, oh no, here we go again. So I thought, let's just drop a quick video, let you know that I've seen these changes and that if you have any questions, I'm here to help. Let's just take a very, very quick perusal and see what's different in beta. All right, I've brought in a rectangle to start off with. I've brought in a horse image. I've brought in happy birthday. And I've got a couple of circles here. All right, so let's see what we can do. Basic shape. We see here it is a basic cut. Here's our color. So I can change the color to anything I like. Here's my size. I can type in the size here because the text boxes come up to go ahead and just type those in. I can also still do this. All right, they didn't change that. I can do that. But I can also come up here to size, swipe, 5.5, 4 1/4, and we're ready to go again. I'm going to say flip for when we talk about images. All right, arrange, I can move it forwards and backwards. And I can move it through different positions with X and Y. This is where your X and Y position is now. It's under arrange. And again, I'm going to cover that with images. We can rotate. And they put the rotate on a slider now. So they do have a 0 mark here. The line is 0. Okay. You also can tap this with your mouse, just left tap, and then you can use arrows on your keyboard to move it just a little bit at a time. Some of these sliders move quite generously, and I think using my arrows is going to be a good thing. Effects. We can offset, sticker, and warp. Let's talk about that with something other than shapes, all right? And then there's contour. Now, in this shape, in this box, there wouldn't have been a contour except for I cut this circle out of it, okay, earlier. So let me show you what happened. I swiped over both of these. I went up to under the combine, that's what the combine is. See, the combine doesn't show up until you swipe over two things, all right? So I've got my circle and my rectangle. So there are two things. So now combine is bold and I can left click. I can slice, weld, flatten, unite, subtract, intersect, exclude. And guess what? It's all still down here, all right? As well as the flatten is still here. Oh, it's there also, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and slice, and since we're here, let's use it. There we go. Now, this has contour now. It has a hole in it, right? So now I can come up here, left click. I can either click here, or I can just say hide all contours, apply. And now the hole is gone. Now this horse, let's just come over to him for a minute. Contour doesn't show up because there's never been a hole in the horse. There isn't a hole. So that's why it doesn't show up. Okay? Let's move on now to images. What can we do with images now and how? All right, here's our horse. Again, size him here. You can size them disproportionately here, right? You can go back, press that back button, and get him back to where he belongs. Let's highlight him again or choose him. We can change his color. He's a nice sorrel now. Let's make him a gray. There we go. Now he's a gray horse. Make him a dark gray. Again, if you know the size you want him, you can just type the size in here, just like we did with the rectangle. Here we can definitely see flip. I'm going to left click the flip. I can flip horizontal. Now he faces to the left. Flip horizontal. Now he faces to the right. Flip vertically. He stands on his head. I'm going to go ahead and just undo that. And now he's upright again. Let's arrange him. He can go forward. He can go backwards. Now, you can see where he is over in the panel. It's always been that way. But now it's all in these little boxes here. Now, don't worry if this makes you crazy. You can always right click, arrange, and it's all here also. So if he's over here and he's here, and for some reason you want this black dot over the front, you can just get that black dot, and you have two choices. You can come to arrange, move it to the front, and see how it popped up here? It's now at the front. You also can hold your mouse, left click hold, and drag it like that and move it. So now we've got three ways to do that. It can be here with these forward to front, backward to back, or you can right click, arrange, and move it, or you can just grab it here and move it. Let's go back to our horse. So we've got the arrange, rotate we talked about, right, on the slider, effects. Now this is where our offset and our sticker are. We want to, and you know I love offsets. I do offsets in almost every video. There's an inset because see how it's minus 0.236? Come this way and you get the offset. All right, so you can see the offset there. I probably wouldn't want that squared up. I would want that curved. There, that's much better. And then we would click apply. Let's say we want to do that with the rectangle very quickly. We would come to effects, offset, and this is where I would square it up. Inset, maybe like that, and click apply. Let's come back and get this horse one more time. Let's pull him away from there. And I want to make him into a sticker. I would just left click sticker, and it's all over here the same way it was before. You can do custom. So click custom, and then on the slider right here, not over here, but on the slider, you can change this. All right, let's talk about text. Let's grab a text box. Let's move it over here, and let's type in happy birthday. I'm going to select it. Now I can change the color. I can change the font. I can make this go away. So now it's a child's year. I can change the size. I can use these, right? Same as before. I can type it in. Then you can come in and you can figure out what can you do with that font. Regular, bold, bold italic, writing, all the different options that go along with it. This is how you're going to align it. So you can center align by clicking once. Then you right align. Click it again. It's left align. Click it again, center. So center, right, click, left, click, back to center. Okay? Format, left click, Okay, this one's a little tricky here because now we're on sliders for this. And these sliders go fast. So I'm going to give you a tip. If you want to move it just a little bit, left click, then use the arrows on your keyboard and you can move just a little bit at a time. Same way with line space. I click, I'm using the arrow on my keyboard like so. Text wrapping and text box align, I'm going to cover in another video. Select ungrouping. Okay, this is something I use a lot for cards and such. Ungroup to letters means you're going to ungroup all these different letters to be their own layer. They will work independently. Okay, see how that happened? So now I can take them all apart. All right, let's undo that. So that is how you are going to ungroup to lines. Size, you can just type in the size that you like right there. Flip, you probably don't want to flip your verbiage unless you're doing some sort of mirror effect, but that's how you would do it. You can flip, you can put it upside down. Let's go to arrange. This is where you're going to move it forwards and backwards on your panel here. Again, it's the same way with images. You can move it this way. You can move it by right clicking it. I right click with my mouse, arrange, send to back. It's already at the front. So let's bring it down here, make it bigger like I'm doing a card. There we go. Let's talk about the positioning. This is how you would position your text if you wanted to position it at the 1 inch mark, for example. I would simply swipe over here, type a 1, and now it is at the 1 inch mark. Okay, here's my 1 inch mark. Let me move this. There's my 1 inch mark. You can see right there that B is at the 1 inch mark. I'm going to move it back, go back to arrange. This tells you where it is vertically. Okay, so if I put this, it's now at 4.8. Let's move it to 9. See how it popped it way down here? The very top of that H is actually on the 9 line. So that's the placement or position. We can rotate it. That's on a slider. Effects, you can offset it. You can make a sticker out of it. And you can warp. All right, let's talk about warp. Left click. You can choose any of these and it changes the way the font looks. Again, there's a slider to make it as much or as little as you want. That covers effects. Combine for text. Again, it's the same thing we had before when we did the image. I think that covered everything. I think we know how to find our text and we know how to find our images. And we know what's here at the top and how that works. Any comments or questions, please send them my way. I'm more than happy to help. This was just a really quick video that I wanted to get out to just be helpful in case you looked at it and you thought, oh no, here we go again. It's not that bad. And it's sort of, for the most part, we've gone back to the way it was before, but we've added a few things and changed a few things, put some of our changes on sliders. Who knows how much of this will actually come to be in live production, but that's what's going on in beta. So if you're working in beta, that's what's going on. Now, a little hint, if you don't like working in beta, you do not have to. You can go over to your name, left click, go to settings, left click, and right there, application experience, beta or live. If you don't like all these changes happening and you just want to do your project, you can simply click live. When you do, it's going to take you out of Cricut. So be sure you save anything you have done. Save it and then click live and it will take you there. All right? Okay. Any questions, comments, observations of Cricut? Leave them below and I will get back to you. I hope to get another video out soon, the video that I was going to get out now, but then I saw all these changes and thought we'd better address these. But I will see you soon in that video. So have a wonderful, wonderful crafting weekend and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.